Okay, we're rolling again. Yes, sir. So anyway, I just put the mower away. I'm going to close a couple of these doors up. And might as well close the other one too. There we go. And what do we got here? We got some peppermints. Yes, we do. Not many, but a few. So we're going to go over the hill and just check things out. And I thought I'd like to invite you along. There. Okay. Now, we had turkeys underneath those oak trees that are up close. Hey! And I got the grass cut up top here yesterday. I was helping Mom. Might as well come down and show you here a little bit. Yeah, the turkeys were underneath here. I got a picture of them with my camera, but when I zoomed in, it had a funny looking. It was all funny looking anyway. When I zoomed in, you can see the birds, but. And this stuff here, I cut it less than a week ago, and it just freaking grows like crazy. It just unbelievable. But I can't remember what kind of grass it was. But my wife has been here. Okay, so my wife has been in here cleaning out behind these little trees. And it looks like my son's been in here cleaning out, like cutting off the branches underneath. I don't want him to do that, because the idea is to hide the neighbor's place. And put a barrier up so the dogs can't see him. Now, this is what I call over the hill, and I'm going to come in here and I got to mow this next. That's how much it grew in about 5 days. It's already too high. And I've got to get it before the, oh yeah, I just drove by the game camera. Forgot to mention that. There, that tree is just full of apples. Little guys. And that is bright. So let's go this way. Now we've had a bear walking around here right close to the house. Almost at the fence up top there. By the old woodshed. This looks like a dump right there. As long as the bugger stays off the, out of our well. Oh, that looks nice down there. Now, a lot of times this doesn't really need to be mowed, but I'd like to make sure that they do. Here we go. What's this? Nothing. Okay. I not only mow where we're at, I also mow around the edge of the field. And as I think I pointed out in another video, I like to do that because if I decide to go hunting, it's a lot easier to walk through this than it is through that other stuff. That other stuff, like it's waist deep. Might be okay for sitting. It doesn't look, I can leave this go a little bit. This hasn't grown hardly at all. And the only thing I gotta do is I'd like to widen this a bit, so I can just drive in here and turn around. But there isn't enough space, I don't think. Well, we're gonna find out now. No, I can show you right now. It's damn close, so. How'd that ever grow up? There's a tree laying right down in there. It must be, I don't know, 10, 12 inches across the stump that blew down. Now, these are apple trees all throughout here, and off to the right as well. Now, my goal was to come in here and try to revive the orchard, but I don't know what I'm doing, so it's just best to leave the damn things alone. I've looked at videos and, well, I sure wouldn't want to upset the deer, because that's the free eats for them boys. Boy, there's some kind of weed in there. And my wife wants me to mow the little field up top there, because the guy isn't coming to mow that other field since he's got a different baler. The baler is those big giant round bales. Yeah, I cut it right after the hurricane came through here, a day or so later. And wherever I went, my tires were, you could see the water running off of them as I was mowing. I really didn't care. I just had to get her done. Get her knocked down. Oh yeah, this is the roughest part of the whole road, eh? Yeah, I know, I'm not wearing a seatbelt. And I've been mowing around this log here, and it's up to me to figure out what to do with it. Yeah, driver's seatbelt. Okay, I'll put it on. Yes, sir. Ooh, that's bright. You probably can't see a darn thing, because I can't. We'll be in the woods in a second here. Doesn't this look really good? If we could get this thing hayed a couple times a year, it would look like this. Like it'd be a real good quality grass. But, right up here we got, what are those, hollyhocks? Those ugly things that grow in the ditch that after they finish looking pretty, then they look like hell right after that. And we seen the coyote here the other day chasing the turkeys and trying to catch a little one. And he didn't do very good. He didn't make her. But it was close. Oh, there's a blue jay. And I gotta come in here and I gotta clean this up a little more. That's big. I don't have any tools with me. I see this old birch is ready to fall over. Let's just hope it doesn't fall over until I can drive by on the way out of here. I've been wanting, I fixed up the chainsaw, sharpened it, refilled it all today, so maybe soon I'll come down here with that, the wagon, the weed whacker, the hedge trimmer, and we'll work a section, clean it out. Ooh, that's freaking bright. Pretty soon it'll be sundown. It's getting close now. I put these friggin' mints in my pocket. These are those big pink ones. I don't know what you call them. And I also like the big white ones. But I put them in my pocket. And my pockets, through the run of a day, end up with a bunch of dirt inside there. There's needles off these pines and everything else. And where the hell did this stick come from now? I swear to God, somebody's down here freaking throwing my sticks, sticking the sticks there. Alright. That's pretty. This is where the beaver dam was. And that's what my #1 video, I believe, is the beaver. The next day or something like that, I think it's called. And when those beavers started, it was fast. They had a dam. Geez, they're gonna. They had a pretty big, and they were moving some pretty big rocks. They were more than a stone. Excuse me. Yeah, I gotta come down here and clean up what he didn't clean up. And there's a few rocks in here I'd like to get out of here, but I don't have the equipment. And I don't really like asking the farmers around here or whatever to bring their tractor down there and help me out. Unless it's an absolute emergency. Then I don't feel so bad. I don't feel bad enough. I like to have one of my own, but geez. You're looking at anything half decent. 30,000 used, 40,000 new, and up. And when I think of it, it means an awful lot of extra work that I don't want to do. Not that I'm lazy, mind you, I just like to pace myself. Really pace myself. There we go. Now, I've been mowing this, trying to get out as far over to the sides as I can. And to cut this takes 4 passes. 2 up and 2 back. So what I normally do is I go up the center, or to the right of the center, and blow it all to the right. Then I come back down the other side of the center, blow it over to the side. Then I come back and I blow the right side all back into the trees, or off the road. And then when I'm down at the end here, when I'm all done mowing that little field, what's going on here? My throat's acting funny. And I just drive out on the right side all the way back. And that's the end of it. There's Lonesome George. He's still there. He's hanging in. This is where I got the moose on the camera, but... And I gotta get some more dirt on this. And this is where the creek was, where we put the culvert in. The grass is almost grown over it again. But it's not draining very good for some reason. So I would have to go and investigate it with somebody and figure out where it's actually going into the woods. Because I don't mind driving down here, but I don't like coming down here and making it so that I cut these grooves where the water collects. You know what I mean? And then it turns to mud, and the more you come down, the worse it's going to get. Oh, yesterday they had a hillbilly mud bog event going on to raise some money for this Jody and Casey or something, or Kelsey. I'm not sure who they are. I'm going to have to ask somebody who they might be. But they had a, well, you know, like all the locals around here with the little monster trucks and stuff like that, and having fun. So this is the end. What's that, a mushroom? Must be. Yeah. So I cut all of this, and we've expanded it a little bit, but it's hard to get in there with the mower with it like that. But I'll pick away at it, and eventually open it up. And the property goes another couple 100 yards behind us here. And you can't really see how big it is, about how wide it is. But it's a fair ways. I'd have to measure it off on a mapping program. But my young fella's been in here with a spacing saw, or a thinning saw it's called, on the side of the road, but I don't know if it's working or not. You can see a little bit better into the woods than you could before, and it would probably be a lot better when the leaves all off the trees, but they're hardly turning yet. I think it was down to 4 degrees here, Celsius, this morning and the other morning. I know it's kind of nippy because we have the air conditioner on in the house still. I don't put it on automatic because it's either too hot or it's too freaking cold. So we usually run the air conditioner until we don't need it anymore. Like it gets real cold in the house. Like maybe 18 degrees. And then I watch it, and if it can't get the heat from on the south side of the house here, like when we come out, you'll see all the sun hits the house. It's a little bit over to the behind us to the left. Well, into the east. We're going east right now. Yeah, look at this mess. Need some gravel in here. But yes, throw that in the wagon. Take it off the road maybe, like somebody else has. We got the grandson up for a couple of days. Yeah, got to get used to him taking the food out of his mouth and then just flinging it onto the floor somewhere. So you got to be careful where you're walking. Got to clean it up as quick as you can. And the bottle goes as well. Thank God we don't have to mix it up anymore. I could use an old pickup truck. Problem is, those things here, around here, are worth their weight in gold. Isn't this pretty? When I first was looking at the property, I walked all the way back. I walked the whole thing. And it was hot. It was at, it was at the middle or just past the middle of August. And it must have been 30 some degrees out. It was freaking hot. No water. Maybe a ball hat. And I was hoofing her. I ended up having to grab a stick off the side here to use it just to make it a little easier to walk down here on the way back, because it's all uphill. This being one of the first hills right here. And then it really goes uphill when you get back towards the house. But when I come down here, I could see the potential, and this thing here had my name on it, and I just had to convince my wife this is where I want to spend the rest of my days. Unless, of course, I win a lottery ticket, then I'll get something that's maybe 10 times bigger than this. And then I could hire some guys to come in and make some trails for me. But that ain't happening, and I haven't checked my ticket. 66 million would be nice. But I got about as much of a chance of winning that. Well, you know, Mom made some awesome fish chowder. Man, I'm telling you, it had clams, it had mussels, it had shrimp, it had big chunks of fish, potatoes, and it was in I don't know, something like a real creamy kind of a soupy sauce there. Delicious. That's 2 big friggin' bowls I've had of it. And then 1 more tomorrow. And that'll be it. I need to maybe look in the glove box and see if there's an extra power cord for the mobile. This is the last camera I got that's complete enough. Yeah. I got a few odds and ends I gotta pick up down here too. I got some black pipe full of holes that we used to try to trick the beavers into well, it helped keep the dam drain down, and if it worked, then I wouldn't have had to kick the buggers out. But it didn't work. They even chewed the freaking end off of it. That was the end of that. There's another freaking branch hanging out. Oh well. We'll come down here and sort this all out. We're coming up to my favorite part of this place. When we just drive out into the bottom of the field and I can see my house. And chances are the dogs are out. So you might get lucky. You might be able to see them on the camera. I don't know. They'll appear as little tiny white dots. And it's took me 2 years to get those freaking bird feeders back up. what happened was is that we ended up getting some gravel or crushed rock dropped off on the driveway, and it was to go into the back for the dogs. And the reason is to help try to keep the mud down in the house. Because the grass is pretty good, like besides where they're digging, they don't bring in too much mud. But alas, when it's friggin' just after it's rained and the ground's soft, man, they're out there friggin' construction boys, those guys. That tree's dead. He's gotta go. Yeah. Now, I weed whacked all this, but look at it. Still sticking out. Let me check that out of there. Let's see if I can snap it in half or something. Because I can't afford to scratch Mom's friggin' car. That's different. There's an apple tree right here on the left. So I'm going to find out which one it is. Huh. That was neat. And we're ready. Eddie. Now that we got the grandson, there's not a lot of work going to be done around the house because he takes full attention. Now there, that looks nice, I would say. Try not to drive where I've already driven here. Help keep it from getting too chewed up. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. That's wet. But there's apples all over this place here. They must have ate an awful lot of apples back then. This place here has been established, this road here, I guess, from the 1860s or something like that. Been around a while. Oh, and I had to help the wife with the windows today. Holy jeez. If you want to put me to work, let me be. Don't stand there nitpicking over every friggin' thing. Now, I can't clean the windows outside because I can't get my big butt up on outside on the ledge. That'll pretty near kill me. That'll do me in for sure. And I'm not doing it. And she wasn't too happy about that. But that's too bad. Now, we can leave this for a bit. But I really got to think about the do of this big log that's laying there. I mowed around it just so that I could see what the hell I got going on here. What I think I might do is cut off 2 pieces at the big end and kind of notch them like for a log cabin in a way, and then throw a big piece on top of it. Put that up there by those well, just up here. You'll see. Now, there's more apples. Look at the friggin' apples. Now, where did I leave that friggin' camera? There it is. Right to the right. I'll leave that there for a couple of days and then come down and get it. We don't want to go back up this way. So the wife's done pretty good here, cleaning that out up to the fence. She wants me to fix the fence now. And she's been picking up a ton of cans and garbage that seem to have fallen over the fence. But that's okay, we'll clean it up. Oh, there's one dog. Yeah. And we just got to get rid of those trees that are there. I don't know what the hell they are. We gotta freaking dig a hole for them next. Yeah, there we go. And once again, thanks very much for coming along. Let me see here. Oh, good. The baby seat's in. I could be happy. Oh, let's get this straightened out. We don't want any complainers. There. How was that? There. 7 o'clock, and it won't be long now. Within the hour, the sun should be down. And welcome to the new subscribers. This is pretty well it. I try to stay here as much as I can. But I got a lot of medical appointments just to try to keep me going here. As long as I can. Okay, that's it for me. Good night, all. Take care. See you on the flip side.